Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Northwest Access TV's coverage of varsity girls soccer. Tonight, one of the best rivalries in the state of Vermont, the Comets of Bellows Free Academy against the Thunderbirds of Missisquoi Valley Union. These two schools have long been separated by just a few miles on Route 7 or I-89, and yet every year, regardless of what the season has heretofore brought for these two programs, it's anyone's guess. The Comets and the Thunderbirds, or the Bob Whites and the Thunderbirds, BFA and MVU, always a good contest. And in a rainy and chilly late October evening under the lights, there are a few better places to be for high school sports in Vermont than a setting like this. These two teams have had an interesting, if somewhat unexpected, showing from their squads in the early going of this unusual season. But it is the season itself which has been the storyline for all of these programs in this area and across the entire country, indeed. The COVID-shorted season that started late and has really just been a miracle, in fact, that these teams are able to play. And that's the mentality that these coaches and these players have brought to the field and continue to bring onto the pitch day in, day out for their practices and in a matchup like this one tonight. For the Thunderbirds, a team that still sort of struggling, but with some success to find that sort of lightning in a bottle that led them to the state quarterfinals last season. For the Comets, it's been a slow beginning, but starting to find their footing as the season goes on. And head coach Ben Marlowe trotting over to midfield now to discuss the groundwork with MVU head coach Roy Adams. Both of these coaches have been at the helm for a couple of years of their respective programs, and both of their teams, as you can see, jumping up and perhaps here as well yelling, they're set to go in this contest. The coaches break from their powwow and the players take the field. Only about 13 minutes behind our scheduled starting time. We are just about set to get underway between the Thunderbirds and the Comets. BFA with the green tops, white shorts. MVU, white tops, white shorts. Thunderbirds moving right to left and the Comets left to right. It was Senior Appreciation Day for the Comets, their final home game, and fitting that it's against their longtime rivals and under the lights as well. The seniors who have received the starting nod are almost all of them out on the field for the Comets. In fact, 8 seniors on this squad contributed to this program, and you hear coaches from every school talk about it this year in particular, that, again, that mentality that it's just a gratitude to be out on the field, and you hear a similar sort of sentiment from coaches who will express the appreciation for what this senior class has gone through. So many of them who saw their spring and summer sports seasons just outright canceled. But all of that long gone now as we are underway in this, again, chilly and drizzly evening here from Collins-Perley. The Thunderbirds started off trying to have a push in their first possession. Good grip on the first throw. That's always in question a bit when the ball is going to be soaked as well. So getting past the midfielder, the Comets trying to set something up as it gets pushed back from the Thunderbirds. Jocelyn Chun with a good pass in the middle and pushing it onward, Mackenzie Moore. A handball somewhere around Mackenzie Moore and Bethany Sanders as the Thunderbirds will push it back. And Madison Guyette going to be taking this free kick. Scratch that. It was originally Guyette. Cassie Wilkin, the senior defender, ended up taking it. And now right at midfield, Comet throw from Bethany Sanders. Finds Chun. Chun, for a moment, deflected off of Emily Graham, the defender. Graham able to overtake. And the Thunderbirds with a good steal. Dumping off to Graham, who loses it for just a moment. And some poise in the early going for the Thunderbirds, who wait, giving themselves time to set up. And a good leading pass as well. A pass gets past the defender. And on the right side, here's Destiny Pigeon scruffing with a defender as the Thunderbirds challenging early. Good deflection from Lily Laughlin. And in the far corner it goes. A pass back for the Thunderbirds, who continue to push in, but just past the goal line and off of a Comet deflection. So in less than 2.5 minutes of play, we have our first corner kick, and it's going to the Thunderbirds. Lined up to take it, the stellar sophomore Ava Hubbard, one of the key figures for that squad last year, which made the postseason run. Hubbard's cross high and up top, and a shot effort not handled quite cleanly from Pigeon as the Comets bring it the other way now. All the time in the world for Mackenzie Moore. Great job for her, though a misplay right on cue. How about that defense? Getting the steal, Emily Graham, who has been very active in these first couple of minutes. Graham, one of the key defenders, but not just as a stopper, also as a transition player to push it up for the Thunderbirds. We've already seen that twice. And again, we've not even played 4 minutes of action. A good poke from Abigail Raleigh, but not quite poked enough. On the secondary effort, however, Maddie Gagne was able to steal it for the Thunderbirds as we continue some ping pong right around midfield. Number 11 again is Emily Graham. So she's playing that rear midfield, sort of on the fore side. Has a good leading pass for the Comets. Sends it up near Lily Laughlin, but in the scrum, the Thunderbirds come out with it. Try to clear it away. Good numbers for the Comets, who retain possession. Chun with some great footwork to get past Graham, and a cutback as well as she tries to center it. A slight misplay. The Comets with an opportunity. Can they get it? They hold for just a moment, not able to get the shot off, as pushing it out of the mix, Alexandra Bordeaux. Near the far line, a deflection somehow stays in. Look at this. Great pass from Chun towards the middle. Nobody is there, and some miscommunication as a shot gets deflected off of Cassie Wilkin. A misplay for the Thunderbird defense. It seemed that there was some confusion as to whether the defense was going to clear it or if Madison Conley, the goalkeeper, was going to just grab it. As a result, there was a great shot from Lily Laughlin, but deflecting out of the area, and we're going to get the first corner kick for the Comets. Janelle Hardy lined up to take it. 5.5 minutes played, and here comes Hardy's corner kick with the left foot. Crossing around, and after a misplay from the Thunderbird defense, it is knocked in by the Comets. In the 5th minute, it went off of the heel of an MVU defender bouncing around. It found Sophie Zimianek, the junior, right place at the right time, who saw a Missisquoi miscue and capitalized. Great momentum for this home team with exceptionally fearless students in support, many of them amazingly without umbrellas or hats or coats. And after that early goal momentum, here come the Comets threatening again. Pull back a bit and try to get some reinforcements. With the ball here is Chelsea Raymond, number 9. Passing it back around to Sanders. Bethany Sanders. And great assertiveness from Chun to come towards the ball, but it's cleared out by the Thunderbirds nonetheless. Madison Conley giving the defense a chance to reset. Sanders taking the throw. The rain continues lightly with a slight breeze blowing from the south. Graham trying to lead Raleigh, does so too much as it crosses exactly at midfield, and another throw coming for Sanders. Sanders to Chun. Chun doing some continued great footwork. She has put on a clinic in the early going this evening. Somewhat surprisingly, it's the first time that we've seen a player slip, or at least slip enough to go to the ground, and immediately after that Missisquoi player lost her footing, the Thunderbirds lost the ball, and the Comets quite methodically are working through their offense right now and trying to develop another fruitful scoring opportunity. On the far side, the Thunderbird defender, Alexandra Bordeaux, has turned and fires that one up, keeping it just in bounds. A good ball, as the Comets almost lost it for a second, but Zoe Bunbury was there. Raleigh with Chun. Chun gets it back. Chun continues to delight the crowd as that lead pass goes out of bounds. We've yet to have any substitutions in this contest. Over 8.5 minutes played. Though Chun was just doing a bit of stretching, it seemed. We'll keep an eye on that as to whether or not it's fatigue or maybe just staying limber. Here's Chun in the middle, getting past 3 defenders all by herself, and she winds up and overfires. An amazing play from Jocelyn Chun to get all the way inside. Just went through, around, and otherwise avoiding 3 defenders all by herself, but came up empty. Graham struggling just to keep it as she does, and passing it to the far side. And Brianna Parent, Breezy as they call her, number 5 for the Thunderbirds. Bunbury is outnumbered by the visitors, and the Thunderbirds have it now. Destiny Pigeon, number 16, has it taken away, but inside, here's an opportunity, deflecting towards Marin McGinn in the goal. In the center for the Thunderbirds is Alex Bruyette. McGinn lining up for this goal kick. Easy little pass intended for Sophie Zemianek, though the Thunderbirds are able to claim it. Bunbury over to Sanders, guarded by Raleigh. Sanders loses it to Raleigh. Graham, who is playing very far up for the left defender, though it seems that a shift has occurred and Graham might in fact be playing the left midfield now. it's a moot point either way as the Comets bring it the other way. A great push, and in fact pushing defenders out of the way, Macy Boudreau, though it's reeled in by Conley. Over the last couple of possessions, as the Comets have brought it back to their back line, you've noticed that that back line has been inching forward and forward more and more. Though on the forward effort, they lose control. Foul, I believe it was a hand on Chelsea Raymond. And Cassie Wilkin will take this one, 10 yards shy of midfield. Doesn't quite hit it cleanly, and Comets try to charge, and a brief collision from Boudreau. Everybody stayed on their feet, and a good steal from Chun, perhaps setting up an opportunity here. Laughlin on the right side towards the goal, a skip and handled cleanly by Conley. Conley's clear, got past the defense. Raleigh sending it up. Nobody's there for it. A great ball. And good poise from Taylor Baldwin, the senior defender, to just dink it out of bounds. Here's our first substitutions. We've played almost 13 minutes, as both teams will bring in a couple of players. Abigail Raleigh having a breather for the Thunderbirds, and looks like Lily Laughlin having a breather for the Comets. A great ball from BFA to get that ball far from danger. And Alexandra Bordeaux. Bordeaux, that right rear defender for Missisquoi, is just a freshman. There are no freshmen on the roster for the Comets. There are 3 on the roster for MVU. In fact, when you compare the amount of underclassmen, BFA really does not have very many at all, just a pair of sophomores on the squad. Compare that with a half dozen sophomores for the T-Birds. And right on cue, one of the freshmen for MVU, Molly Gagne, just saw that one take a unfortunate hop off of her shins, giving it back to the green and gold. Chun, who is everywhere and showing off the skills this evening, continues to impress as she comes up the middle, is tripped, no whistle, a late whistle in fact. And about 15 yards back of the penalty box, it'll be a free kick for the Comets. Pushing the Missisquoi wall back, the required 10 yards. Here's the kick. Over the wall it goes, one hop, and Conley is able to field it cleanly. It was Mackenzie Moore who took that free kick, the senior, who was recognized along with the other seniors before this game, though she had the unusual pleasure of being joined not just by her family who are here to cheer her on, but also one family member in a matching uniform. Her younger sister, Cadence Moore, wears number 21 for the Comets. And it is likely that I will be calling her name not infrequently this evening. Good challenge from Jody Gratton, one of those pair of sophomores for the Comets. Grattan, number 2. Midfielder in the near side for the home team. Big throw from Graham. Jump ball here. And battling for it. Zemianic keeps it for a moment, but it is taken away by a great reach from Alex Briette. After a tumble, Ava Hubbard trying to get it from Mackenzie Moore. Chun almost threw that one away. Maddie Gagne trying to find Ella McGuire. Led a bit too much. Here's Sanders. And a misplay from Chelsea Raymond. Good throw from Cassie Wilkin off of the back of Jody Grattan's head. Mackenzie Moore getting a breather along with Bethany Sanders. Pair of subs in for BFA, Kaylee McKenzie, along with Rachel Needleman. Chun with a good quick pass over to McKenzie. Looking for Grattan as Graham doing a good job of sending it a long way away and forcing both teams to space out a bit more. Our score remains 1-0, BFA scoring in the 5th minute. Sophie Zemianic. Thunderbirds trying to equalize, but the BFA defense has made it difficult in the early going. Graham taking it back, challenged by Grattan. They continue to look for Grattan as Sophie Zemianic is setting the tone now. A collision, no whistle at all. It was Madison Guyette. Both players were cleanly going for the ball, and any contact was inadvertent. After that quick burst for the green and gold, however, it will be a Missisquoi throw-in. Not so fast, says the official, who, not a throw-in rather, it is a free kick. Missisquoi not doing themselves any favors here. The official called a foul, said that it was off of BFA rather. Not 100% sure the cause of that change of possession. But regardless, the Comets got it back. Grattan doing a quick turn and deflecting it off of Ella McGuire. For Ben Marlowe's Comets, the mentality is to get better every day and to learn from every situation and every experience. These Comets, their season opener was a rainier evening than this, when they were vastly outmatched by South Burlington, and here tonight they're showing complete poise and control, and they have since the beginning. We have made our way through 20 and a half minutes in this first half. The Comets leading 1-0. The Missisquoi defense had the numbers, and yet BFA was able to slice their way through. And good late defense saving a shot, but it will be another corner kick for BFA. They scored off of their first corner kick. And before this one, both teams will switch up their on-field rosters a bit. It appears that Lily Laughlin's going to take it, number 16 for the Comets. Scratch that. It's Ayana Raymond. Raymond kept it a little lower than perhaps she had in mind, but she gets it back, pushing it towards the goal. A deflection sends it towards a Comet striker who misses wide. A back line for the Comets was 5 yards deep in Missisquoi territory. Bunbury versus Molly Gagne. That's a senior versus a freshman. The freshman able to come out on top as a lead pass now over to Molly Gagne. A good charge from Grattan. For a moment, it seemed that the Thunderbirds were going to get it back. It was Cassie Wilkin who tipped the pass, but just out of bounds it went. Grattan to Chun. Chun jumping over a defender. She goes on the right side. Looked like she misstruck that one, but there was a great opportunity as a crossing pass from Zemianic deflected, and a big shot goes very high, and a scare in the Thunderbirds as the Comets almost just doubled their lead. The home team continuing to force the issue. Chun has been a big part of it this evening as she gets pushed down. Looking inside, deflecting off of Zemianic's head. Towards the middle, Conley grabs it. Challenging over there. The Comets had two players right by the goal, and the Comets, for a moment, get it back. Chun ensures that they continue to have it. Back to McKenzie. McKenzie challenged by Hubbard. Towards the goal, one hop, and Conley has it again. Not sure who Chun's target was on that passing effort, as a clearing effort for the Thunderbirds. And we'll see if they can transition now. Raleigh with a good ball on the left side. Gagne chasing it down. It stays in bounds as Gagne challenged by Bunbury. Going up over towards Raleigh. And the Comets push it back. Gagne running up towards McGinn, and that's one of the few times that we've seen McGinn have to actually use her hands for it. Here's Graham. Graham looking for Gagne. A good leading pass and a good play from Bunbury to step in her way and then send it far away. A good ball from Bunbury. As for Missisquoi, Alex Bruyette checks into the contest. And for the Comets, Macy Boudreau has checked in. Graham handling the throw. A deep throw indeed, and well played. But the home defense intercepts. Graham trying to do a cross-field pass over in the direction of Destiny Pigeon. Comets quickly turning it the other way as Guyette slowed their roll, and contest right about midfield. Good leading pass. A bit of a misplay. We'll see if the Comets can take advantage. A poke towards the center that goes out on the far side of the goal. On that far side, I think it was hard to tell. I think Alexis Cattell on that far side. As this goal kick gets quickly taken away, Zemianik sends it towards the goal and through the uprights. The kick is good, no goal, however. A young chaser, a purely volunteer position, getting in some workout behind the Missisquoi net. Conley. To her near side she went as the Comets get it back. Graham over towards lane 2. What a play from Zemianik as the Comets threaten again. Losing her footing a bit, a clearing effort from Madison Guyette. The Thunderbirds over the last several minutes have had difficulty putting any good possessions together. The first half has belonged to BFA. It is still, however, just a 1-goal game as we near the 10-minute mark in this clock, which counted down from 40. Here's Graham. Graham was looking for Raleigh. Bruyette lost control. A bit of a misplay that time from Raymond. Emily Graham with the throw. Sought out Bruyette. Gets it back and flicks it towards the middle. An opportunity perhaps for the Thunderbirds. Winding up and sending that one in is Mackenzie Vincent, but it goes on the far side of the goal. And 4 substitutes come in for the Comets. Give some fresh legs for these final couple of minutes of the first half. Taylor Baldwin lining up to take this goal kick. Over past Chun and bouncing around. Chun gets it back. Slows and seeks out more. Ava Hubbard for the Thunderbirds was able to keep it and send it up toward Pigeon. Mackenzie Vincent, number 23 for Missisquoi. She's the one wearing the blue sleeves. One of the ones, I should say. At least the one near the action right now. A good charge from Chelsea Raymond, forcing the issue, quickly repelled. Depending on my success in convincing friend and County Courier sports editor Ben Kaufman to join us, we might have an interview at halftime of this broadcast. Always something to look forward to. Ben's insights at Franklin County sports, just about unrivaled. Perhaps his father's got him beat. Here's a look for the Comets, bouncing around, a shot and a save. And Conley assertively jumping back up and palming that one. A great save from Madison Conley. And you have to feel as though the Comets will have more opportunities like that, certainly as they continue to press it in the direction of their guests. A good defensive stop for a moment from Wilkin. And again, after clearing that one away, losing her footing was Madison Guyette. And we have one player down. Moore shaken up a bit, otherwise seems okay. Ava Hubbard, number 13, set to take this one. A good ball to the far sideline as it bounces between a couple of Thunderbird players. However, it gets lost from Vincent. Good work from the cheer squad. Mid-jump, she had to come back down and pass it back. A lot of back and forth now. Cassie Wilkin trying to get past two opposing players. She got past the two and had to settle for a deflection off of the third. Five and a half minutes to play as the official asks to stop the clock as the ball went under the bleachers. They've lost it for a moment. Madison Conley heroically saving the day so that the game can resume. Graham's throw is unable to be reeled in by Graham's teammates. The Comets have had a lot of good charging players as Griette loses her footing again, but not a clean shot as Conley sending it away towards Graham. Graham one step to get past Chun and setting it up towards Raleigh. Raleigh several steps behind and yet makes it close, but not close enough. Taylor Baldwin easily handling that threat Chun the other way. The point I was making before is that the Comets have had several players who have been able to just cut their way up the middle. It's been a soft spot in the Missisquoi armor this evening. A good leading pass from Briette over for Raleigh, but Raleigh was nowhere near it. And Raleigh, in fact, might be a bit fatigued now. She's had to make a couple of charges over the last couple of possessions, and here's an opportunity. Good stick-to-itiveness from Alex Briette. And she has created an opportunity for the Thunderbirds as Abigail Raleigh, who seemed winded a moment ago, having a chance to catch her breath. Here's the second Missisquoi corner kick. Over among the puddles. It is tracked down by Ava Hubbard. Hubbard's got teammates scattered all around the box. Over about a 10-yard line. A great ball, but it bounces just past Destiny Pigeon. Foul called against the Comets, and another good opportunity as Hubbard will cross the field. Almost the entire length to take this kick, which was just inside of the line. Ben Marlowe, way down from the Comet bench, directing his defense. 2.5 minutes to play. Here's Hubbard's kick. She put a lot behind it as it hits the crossbar. Not of the goal, but of the field goal for the Bob White football team. Hubbard really hit that one on the screws. If you'll oblige me, a multi-sport metaphor. Thunderbirds had it back for a moment. Alex Briette continues to be the, I guess, instigator, for lack of better term, for this Missisquoi offense over the last minute and a half. Hubbard again to take a corner kick. Another great ball, deflecting off of the head of Emily Graham. It goes just over the Comet goal. Emily Graham, the senior, has been exceptionally active this evening. It was a great ball from Ava Hubbard. And perhaps the last good opportunity for either team in this first half. If in fact it is, then Missisquoi has a great deal to be proud of, how they have challenged over the last couple of minutes. They've got less than 30 seconds. Graham looking for options. Perhaps was trying to deflect off of the Comets and move it in closer. They get a corner kick, and will they even have time? It will be a goal kick. So the clock ticks down, and that's going to be it for the first half. Our score, BFA 1 and Missisquoi nothing.
We went to a 30-second promo. Transition.
So we welcome you back for the second half of this Under the Lights matchup, the Thunderbirds versus the Comets. BFA with the lone goal coming from Sophie Zemianik in the 5th minute. And the rain has been persistent. Thankfully, it has not been the story. It's a bit of a mist this evening, but it has certainly contributed to the atmosphere with the temperature right at about 50 when we started and hovering right there, if not a little below now. For the Comets, Janelle Hardy looking for Jody Gratton, who sent that one inadvertently off of her right thigh. And back to the Thunderbirds, but Gratton making amends and pushing towards the middle right against Graham. Graham misplay over to Gratton. Gratton trying to keep possession as the Comets work it back to perhaps set up a scoring opportunity. That boot awakening the MVU bench, who were all forced to showcase their agility, evading the ball. Graham looking for Pigeon, had it taken away. As Moore loses it to Pigeon. Mackenzie Moore taking the throw. Scratch that. Janelle Hardy taking the throw. Jocelyn Chun found open space and led Macy Boudreau towards it. Cleared out by Madison Guyette. And the Comets will try to bring it back inside the Missisquoi zone. Zemianik. Zemianik challenging and in fact fouling against Brianna Parent. A couple of good hockey players there. A good play from Bree Parent to go under the defender as look how close Graham has gotten up challenging against Bunbury. Graham somehow keeps it. Not able to get past Bunbury that time and a bit too active with her hands as she's whistled for the foul. Emily Graham is the sort of stereotypical midfielder who somehow manages to be everywhere, seemingly at the same time. On the far side, a chase finds its way to the Comets. Quick pass from Moore, looking for Chun. Chun dribbles up and sends a good pass up, though Cassie Wilkin takes it for the Thunderbirds. Bunbury. Tripped up, no whistle. It was Destiny Pigeon. And for a moment, Bree Parent had it, but lost it to Grattan, taking it back, cat and mouse between the two. It's yet to be determined which one is which. Ava Hubbard struggling to keep it. She is unsuccessful. Assertiveness shown from Madison Guyette to step in the passing lane and push that one towards the Comet bench as a replacement comes off of that Comet bench. Alexis Cattell. Jocelyn Chun weaving her way inside. Bouncing around Chelsea Raymond's foot. Grattan somehow keeping possession. And here's a throw-in coming for Janelle Hardy. Hardy found a seam looking for Chun. Chun tripped up, goes down, no whistle. Parent's effort to keep that one in play was unsuccessful as the Comets' charge continues here. And it will continue with a corner kick here. Their first of the second half. Ball a little bit low as it goes towards the near post. Grattan fighting for position and fighting a bit too hard. Foul on the Comets. As Ben alluded to at halftime, these players who so many of them are effective members of their school teams in multiple sports. MVU and BFA is always a big deal, and not just in soccer, as Chun somehow gets all the way to an open shot. It's a miracle that she was able to weave through so many defenders to get that look, even though it was pretty evenly handled by Madison Conley. These two schools are familiar foes in many sports. And for these players, this rivalry extends often to the basketball court, the ice rink, and the soccer field. Softball field as well. Sometimes when you start to see some shoving matches, there's a lot more than just the first half that's pent up in some of these players. A good kick from Madison Connolly. Roy Adams, the coach of this T-Bird team, has said that for his money, you don't find a better goalie around these parts than Madison Conley. A break did not go her way in the first half. Again, the Comet goal came off of a errant deflection by a Thunderbird defender. Grattan keeping it off of the back and forth. And a good appearance from Briette. Mackenzie Moore being whistled. And Ava Hubbard being told to back the ball up about 5 yards. Hubbard went to Parent and then Graham, but Zemianik setting up the BFA offense for a moment. Chun, as she has all night, just ferociously pushing it through the seams. Kenzie Moore. Zemianik now. Grattan lost her footing. Almost able to take it back, but was aided by a bit of a shove. Pigeon outnumbered. Parent tried to help out. Raleigh getting a break, and the freshman Molly Gagne checks in for the T-Birds. A good throw from Graham. And a good ball as well, sent inside from Maddie Gagne. Backpedaling a bit, a disadvantage for Cassie Wilkin, who lost possession. Mackenzie Moore going to catch her breath for a moment, as will Jody Grattan. Expect to see these players probably come on for the last 15 or 20 minutes. We're at 26 to play now. Good opportunity for the Comets, and a bit too much chili on that one. I believe that was Alexis Cattell, who just hit that one too cleanly. A good problem to have often, but not when it robs you of a goal opportunity. A good stop and go method to get past Molly Gagne. And right in front of the BFA sideline, Cattell is knocked down. She's back up and staggering a bit. She's Still running a bit awkwardly is Cattell, number 10, who just kicked it with the left foot. And they have a substitute coming in. I think they're giving Cattell a break. Perhaps not. After that collision in front of the bench, the way she was just running was a bit laborious. And in fact, she is immediately meeting with Ben Marlowe and presumably the training staff next. The ball towards the center for the Comets. A couple of high bounces making it difficult to get a shot off. And Graham's going to make it difficult to get a shot off as well as she sends it just shy of midfield. Tracking it down and trying to get it before it goes under. Bunbury was not able to get to that one, unfortunately. Score 2 for the Bleachers thus far tonight. Chun pushing her way through. Chun keeps it, sends it towards the center. A great ball that gets taken away from Chelsea Raymond. Another Comet throw coming. Hardy. A quick dump off. Chun loses it. Graham the other way. Her lead pass found Destiny Pigeon's back and off of it went out. So the Comets throw somehow staying right on the line, and it stays inbounds as well. What a throw. And just dinked out of bounds by Alexandra Bordeaux. Chun getting a breath for the Comets for Missisquoi. Molly Gagne, the freshman, returns to the bench, joined by fellow freshman Alexandra Bordeaux. Hardy looking for Zemianik. Off of a Missisquoi head, it goes past the goal line, and it will be a Comet goal kick. Almost an error for the Thunderbirds as it skipped off the bottom of Guyette's cleat. Sent away, a second corner kick coming in quick succession. At least as quick as the ball is able to be tracked down. Hardy to take it. Hardy's kick again, deflected, and again off of Madison Guyette. And again, a good jog to try to track that ball down. This time, Macy Boudreau So the third corner kick in about a minute for the Comets. Here's the third from Hardy. A lot more air behind that one, but it is sent out by the Missisquoi defense, and Parent fearlessly getting in front of that one and deflecting it off of Hardy. A wise play from a player who has got some great experience on not just the soccer field, but again, also the ice rink. A real gamer is Breezy Parent. Hubbard shoved a bit. Parent tiptoeing the line to try to keep that one in. Unable to, though she speeds and catches up with the throw. Not before Zemianik had it. And the Thunderbird defense able to, for a chance, push it the other way. They've held thus far through the first 20-plus minutes of half number 2, despite persistence from the Comets. And for the Thunderbirds, they're still looking for a few more of those opportunities that they had forced at the end of half number 1. Here's a look. A shot wide. Conley did not touch it, so it will be a goal kick. Just a very quick and almost fruitful effort. Macy Boudreau, the junior. Chun. Careful not to outrun her teammates. She goes back, and excuse me, that was not Macy Boudreau, that's Chelsea Raymond. Parent sending it right on the line and just back to Brianna Jarvis. Parent deflecting it off of Chun. Chun goes down, it seemed awkwardly. I think it was just that she lost her shoe for a moment. Hubbard. Quick pass to Parent. Parent slides as she forwards it up to Jarvis. Jarvis cannot get it past Bunbury. Bunbury up to Raymond. And Gayette, the backstop you expect her to be. Graham has it poked out by the Comets as her throw. Flirting right on the sideline. Pushed up by Jarvis, but Bunbury again stops the threat. And Bunbury trying for a centering pass. Nobody was there, however. And the Thunderbirds perhaps might have an opportunity. On the far side, a sprint from Abigail Raleigh. Raleigh challenged by Kaylee McKenzie. And McKenzie is going to bring it the other way for the Comets. Before the throw, a whistle. Ayana Raymond returning to the Comet bench. Emma Bapp coming in her stead. Jocelyn Chun with the Jets. Bree Parent knocking her down and clearing the ball away. No whistle, much to the chagrin of the home fans. Parent again intercepting the pass. She's starting to assert herself more in this second half. A collision between Bunbury and Jarvis. No whistle again. We've not had many in the second half collisions. As a great ball went up towards Alex Briette. Briette hits the deck hard and comes back with a bit of a shoulder check. That one is whistled. This game had quite visibly been progressing in its intensity and physicality. Perhaps that will be the peak, as it seems the rain has picked up somewhat. Mackenzie Vincent, number 23 for the T-Birds. Looks to be the tallest, or at least one of the tallest players out there, just a sophomore. The height differential certainly noticeable when she is standing next to Jocelyn Chun, as she was a moment ago. Raymond. Challenge up against Guyette. Raymond trying to turn the corner as Guyette pokes it out, giving it to the Comets for another corner kick. A dozen minutes to play on this rain-soaked Monday night, the 19th of October, 2020. Kick high and short, and not cleanly taken by either team. Sent to the middle. Thunderbirds having a hard time clearing it away. Tripped up, and just outside of the penalty box, I believe, was that whistle. So Chun was inside the box. Well, there was some debate. The Thunderbirds thought she was. Just outside of the box will be the free kick. A terrific opportunity here for the Comets with the rain picking up and Chun just on top of the box. Here's Chun. Trying to go under the wall. It stopped. She forces the issue as it bounces back, and a left-footed shot comes up empty for Chelsea Raymond. Bunbury was set to throw that one, but 5 substitutes. Destiny Pigeon returning for the Thunderbirds, along with Maddie Gagne. Pigeon seeing immediate action. Bunbury has been every bit of the senior leader you'd expect this evening, as Pigeon, refreshed off the bench, really challenging now. Here's Parent up close. Parent back to Pigeon. Pigeon looking for Hubbard, whose ball was deflected close to the corner. Here's Emily Graham. Graham with a mighty throw inside towards Hubbard. It seemed the official at first almost looked like she was going to be signaling for it to go towards the Thunderbirds, but when every single player showed her that it was Comet ball, that was where the hand pointed. Parent getting a bit shovey there, no whistle. And Parent being called for the substitution now as well. Less than 8.5 minutes to go as Parent, whose intensity was visibly picking up over the last couple of minutes, sent back to the bench as Pigeon errantly pushes it out. Quick turnaround for the visitors. Raleigh. Pigeon. Towards Graham. And called for an illegal throw. Was Pigeon. Pigeon was able to get that ball cleanly despite a stumble from Zemianik that almost looked like it would bring about a whistle. Jody Gratton, reawakened. Gratton. Stopped by Guyette. Guyette seeks and finds Alex Bruyette. But Bruyette has no one to send it onward towards. Bunbury in the direction of her bench found Gratton again. Gratton and Chun going back and forth. Intercepted, however, by Wilkin. A centering pass towards Hubbard. Hubbard, quick pass up, intercepted. Alex Bruyette against Bethany Sanders. It is still a one-goal game, and we have 6 minutes to play. Sanders keeps her footing, more than can be said for Bruyette. And Sanders keeps the ball as well. The action on the far sideline. Siskoy trying to create an opportunity for themselves as their window for a comeback continues to get smaller. But certainly they have an opportunity. It's going in the wrong direction for them, though, as the Comets again charging. Back and forth as Sanders tried to send it in towards Zemianic. We'll see if Chun's able to. Chun just going around all the defenders, almost getting a shot as it gets ducked out. Zemianic sends it towards the goal, and wisely Conley lets it just trickle out of bounds. It was deflected, however. So here's Janelle Hardy again. There have been 6 corner kicks this half for the Comets. Hardy, right to the welcome hands of Conley. She is ready to move things, rolling it up, perhaps too far, as Bunbury challenged and gets the ball back for the Comets. A good quick pass from Cattell over to Zemianic. She winds up and fires a fastball right towards Connolly, who knocks it down, and following up on it, great assertiveness, Alexis Cattell. Makes it a 2-0 game. Officially, Alexis Cattell's goal coming in the 76th minute of this game will be unassisted. But if you could ever give an assist on a shot, Sophie Zemianic had fired one, just a rocket, at Madison Conley. She was not able to catch it, only deflected. And on the rebound, Cattell was there to give the home team some insurance on this drizzly Monday night. I've resisted all urges to mention anything about a stormy Monday, under the assumption that most watching a varsity soccer match on Northwest Access probably uninterested in many BB King references. The fight has not gone out of Destiny Pigeon. She continues to show some grit. And a good cutback from Raleigh. Raleigh up against Zemianic, stumbling for a moment. A good ball from Raleigh as Pigeon didn't quite have the wheels to equal it. We've got 2 minutes to play as Bunbury was held up for a moment. No whistle as Raleigh has it returned to sender by the Comets. Hubbard gets hit hard, quickly comes right back up. Chun to Grattan. Grattan whistled for another foul. And we're starting to see some wrecking balls now as players collide. In the final seconds of this contest, Sophie Zemianic dumping it up towards Chelsea Raymond. The MVP of this one has to be Sophie Zemianic, whose goal in the 5th minute set the early tone for the Comets. And in this second half, with about 5 minutes to play, less than, it was her scoring effort which set up goal number 2 on an Alexis Cattell rebound. All over but the shouting now. Conley challenged by Grattan, but sends it towards midfield, and elation from the Comet faithful as their team picks up their second win of the season, and on senior appreciation night under the lights against their rival does not get much sweeter than that. For Missisquoi, a gritty effort. They showed some terrific intensity again to close out the first half, and also for a good stretch in half number 2, but they could not get a good shot past the BFA defense, and so 2-0 is our final score. That'll do it for this coverage of BFA versus MVU girls varsity soccer. I'd like to thank our videographer J.R. Cox and production assistant Megan Buckley. I have been, continue to be, and always hope to be Wesley Kempton. Until next time, be sure to visit Northwest Access online, and if you are interested in contributing to this coverage as well, we'd love for you to support this continued service for the community of Northwestern Vermont. Final score once more, BFA 2, MVU nothing. So long from St. Albans.